to figure out how to can wine. And just like when you start any category, there's always those people that are kind of like out there doing it way before anyone else is doing it. Everyone thought it was stupid.
Today we're here with Ben Parsons, winemaker behind The Ordinary Fellow in Palisade, Colorado. Ben, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Back during the Infinite Monkey days, you probably, I want to say, I don't know if this is too strong of a word, you led the movement to canned wines. Is that it, more or less accurate? Yes?
Yeah, I mean, I genuinely believe that. Like in 2009, we entered into a R&D project with Ball Corporation, the largest supplier of aluminum cans in the world, to figure out how to can wine. And everyone thought it was stupid. Like, and everyone like just kind of turned their noses up at it and thought that RTD wine and RTD drinks were stupid.
So now today, all these years later, two questions. One is, how does it feel to go to a grocery store and just see shelves and shelves and shelves? Everybody has canned wines. And I mean, no offense, you could probably teach an entire master class on this just because of where it was 10 years ago and where it is today. So how does it feel seeing it become so incredibly popular, and any big lessons you learned from that experience?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough question because I think that canned wine is good because of its use occasion primarily, and where you can take it and where you can drink it. Now, very rarely do I see people putting the best wine they've ever made in a can. Like, so I think it's all about like where you want to drink it, who you want to drink it with. And so there's definitely this kind of utility aspect to it, and that kind of, and also price point wise, um, you don't see that many canned wine 4 packs above $16, I would say. So price wise, it's fairly economical from a sustainability perspective. It makes a lot of sense. Um, but from like an absolute quality perspective, you're probably still going to be buying bottled wine over canned wine. It's all about where you're going to consume it. And so, sometimes when I see it, I think about, just like when you start any category, there's always those people that are kind of like out there doing it way before anyone else is doing it. And it's those people that usually don't reap the benefits of it because they put all of the effort into it. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, okay, yeah, canned wine. That's a good idea. And like 10 years later, people are, I still see, I look at LinkedIn occasionally and I'm just like baffled by these people that think that it's a new thing. It just blows my mind. Like same with keg wine.
So as we get closer to actually talking about your beautiful wine, The Ordinary Fellow, Ben Parsons is the owner and winemaker. You have an excellent sparkling wine that I was able to sample probably a week or two ago. And you also have a quote, and I'm going to mangle the quote, so help me fix it. But the question is, you mentioned about England's excitement about the sparkling. You felt like England, it's a new trend, let's say. Is that properly? But let's talk about your thoughts on sparkling. Without getting into your current bottle, because we're going to get there in a minute by itself. But why is England falling in love with sparkling wine? And why should all of us be falling in love with sparkling wine?
I think historically, England has consumed a lot of sparkling wine, just has. But in terms of actually growing grapes and making their own sparkling wine, that's happened in the last 20 years. And I guess that's one of those unfortunate advantages of global warming. In a kind of isolated geographical area, in that previously you wouldn't have been able to ripen Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier, and so it would have been a challenge making really good sparkling wine. in Kent and Sussex and southeast England, where a lot of it is made. But with a few degrees temperature rise, that's now possible. And it's the same chalk escarpment as like Champagne. So I mean, they're very close to each other. They're just separated by 24 miles of the English Channel, right? Like, so they're actually geographically very, very close to each other, a little further than 24 miles, but climatically, like, very similar. So actually, a lot of French champagne houses have bought up land in Kent and Sussex over the last 20 years and have been planting that. And now some of the bubbles that are coming out of there are like better than the French ones.